Hello and welcome back to Artemisse Tarot. Thank you for joining me for today's spontaneous reading about the romantic surprises coming your way. This is a timeless reading, so no matter how or when you have stumbled across this reading, there could be some important messages here for you. I actually just received this adorable cat tarot deck in the mail from a dear friend, and it was such a nice surprise, which really fits the energy of this fun and playful deck. So that was how the idea of romantic surprises came to mind, and I felt called to do this reading for you. So let us jump right into it. We'll start off with these two tarot cards to give us a little energy check for you. First we have, this is the Five of Cups. Look at how cute these cards are. And for our other card, we have the Justice. Oh, wow. What is that saying about biting the hand that feeds you? These two cards could be working together to paint us a picture for your current energy, or this could be the energies of the two people involved in this love connection, such as you and your person, or the person you're trying to manifest, even if you don't know who they are yet or have not yet met them. So let us take a look at what is going on here, starting with our little friend, this adorable Five of Cups kitty. Now, in traditional tarot, this is usually the card of disappointment and regret, or focusing on what has been lost rather than what is still standing. But since we are working with this adorable cat deck, I can't help but smile at how this really softens up our message. Look at this cute little cat sitting by these empty food bowls. Yes, they might sulk for a while, maybe even flick their tail in disappointment, but behind that disappointment, there's always the hope that another treat is on its way. And that is really the energy I feel for you right now. You might be looking at past romantic experiences or even a recent letdown with a sense of, well, that didn't really work out the way I hoped. There could be also some lingering sadness, or maybe a little belief that the universe forgot to deliver your love story in the way that you had envisioned. But what is so important about this Five of Cups and what this deck is playfully trying to remind us here is that not everything is lost. There are still blessings, still connections, and new opportunities waiting for you, even if your attention has been pulled toward the empty food bowls for now. It's almost like the universe is saying, hey, don't get stuck staring at the empty food bowl. Look around. There are so many more things that are waiting for you. And so let us bring in the Justice card. This is such an interesting partner to our Five of Cups. Justice is all about balance and truth and the cause and effect, kind of like the universe making sure that everything is lining up for you fairly. And in love, this card often suggests that you could be entering a season where honesty, clarity, and karmic balance are going to be coming into play. If in the recent past, you have dealt with situations where someone wasn't treating you with the respect that you deserved, or maybe where you gave a lot more than you actually received, this justice is that reminder that the balance is going to be restored. And remember that cheeky little phrase, don't bite the hand that feeds you? Justice here might just be nudging you to reflect on how you have responded to love offers or love opportunities in the past. Were the moments when you dismissed someone who actually had genuine intentions for you? Or times when you accepted less than what you knew you deserved, only to realize later that you actually sold yourself short? Justice is coming in to say, okay, lesson learned, let us get things aligned again. When we look at these two cards together now, it feels like the Five of Cups is acknowledging where you felt lack or disappointment, but Justice is stepping in to say, don't worry, because the scales are now being balanced. The right connections, the right surprises, they are making their way to you right now. So in the context of romantic surprises, what this is telling me is that you might not really see them coming because your gaze has been fixed on what might have been wrong before. But Justice is promising that what is next is not only balanced and fair, it's actually something that you've earned through your growth. The surprise here isn't just that love is going to show up, but it is going to be showing up in a way that feels right and in a way that feels aligned, where both you and the other person are giving and receiving equally. Next, then, we have these two cards to give us an idea of what romantic surprise or unexpected twist might be coming your way. So we have, this is the Ten of Pentacles. And then we also have the Ten of Swords. Oh my goodness, what a dramatic little pair we have here. The Ten of Pentacles and the Ten of Swords. It's like the deck is saying, expect the unexpected. Let us start off with our Ten of Pentacles. This card is pure abundance energy. This is family, this is long-term stability, this is legacy and commitment, as well as the dream of building something solid that lasts. In a love reading, this is one of the most beautiful cards that you can get because it's not just about a fleeting romance or temporary passion. It is actually about finding that one person you can actually build a beautiful, solid life with. Think of it as the card of the happy home and the cozy, lazy Sunday mornings with your person, and the sense of belonging to a family, whether that is having children, having pets like little kitties, or just a beautiful little home that the two of you will create together. So for this card to show up as your romantic surprise, it's telling me that the universe might be preparing to drop something seriously long-term in your lap. Something that feels more stable and grounded and a lot more committed than what you have experienced before. And remember, surprises don't always come in big flashy packages. This could be someone who kind of sneaks up on you, someone who feels like a slow burn connection that gradually reveals its depth until one day you realize, wow, this person has been my person all along. And remember our Five of Cups energy that we were talking about the food bowls being empty? Look at the image on this card. This kitty is getting new treats and also getting pets at the same time. So we knew there would be good things for you coming right around the corner, and this card is confirming that for us. And paired with our gorgeous Ten of Pentacles, we have this very intense Ten of Swords. In traditional tarot, this card is the complete opposite of the Ten of Pentacles because this card talks about betrayal, about endings, about painful conclusions. But the best thing about the Ten of Swords is that it also represents the absolute end of suffering. Once you hit this point, there is nowhere else to go but up. It is the end of a painful cycle, and it makes space for something brand new and beautiful. So what does this funny pair of tens mean together? It seems to me that the romantic surprise coming your way could arrive through a twist that you didn't really anticipate. It could be an ending that leads straight into a new beginning. And it could be the sudden closure of a connection that was weighing you down. And the surprise is that this painful ending actually opens the door to something so much better, something so aligned with this beautiful 10 of Pentacles energy. Or for some of you, it might mean that the person you end up building something lasting with is someone you would have never expected, and maybe even someone who enters your life after a major heartbreak or a major life change. The cards here are saying, we know that the 10 of Swords moment might hurt, but perhaps you needed to clear that way. And without that ending, you wouldn't be able to step into this beautiful abundance of our 10 of Pentacles. So perhaps the very thing you thought was a defeat or a disappointment could be that setup for your next and the greatest victory in your love life. And the surprise isn't just who comes in, it is also how that person arrives in your life. And it will be likely after you have closed the door on something else for good, something that was not serving you, something that was not supposed to continue in your life path. So for our next two cards here, they will tell us what things might hinder or block you from seeing or from receiving these funny and beautiful surprises in your love life. The cards we got are, we have the Fool. Look at his cute little snaggle tooth. This is so adorable. And we also have the King of Wands. Let us start with this cute little Fool kitty. This is a card of new beginnings and fresh perspectives, new adventures, and that feeling of optimism, of stepping into the unknown with nothing but trust in your heart. Normally, this is a very lovely energy. It is playful, it's curious, and also open to the magic of what could be. But since we are looking at potential blocks, the Fool could actually be pointing to hesitation to starting anew. Because instead of leaping, we can see that the cat on this card is actually standing still. In fact, he is sat like a little bread loaf, and he's not about to move anytime soon. There might be this inner tug of war happening for you. One part of you really wants to leap headfirst into this beautiful new love or trust in the surprises that life has for you. But another part of you could be saying, wait, what if I look silly? What if I fall flat on my face, This card is reminding us that sometimes the block is not that the new love is not there for you. It's instead the fact that we could be too afraid to trust that it is there, or too afraid to step into it fully, even when it comes knocking at our door. The Fool here asks you to embrace that adventure. And even if you have been burned in the past, it might feel safer to kind of hang back and stay on the edge instead of jumping in. And you might have that fear of what if, and that fear could be slowing down the blessings that are trying to reach you. And then when we add in the King of Wands, this is a very different kind of energy. This is confident, it's bold, it's charismatic and decisive. The King of Wands knows what he wants and he will go after it. And he is full of vision and full of passion as well. In love, this can represent a person with strong fire sign energy, or just someone who embodies that take charge kind of attitude. But here showing up as a block for you, this could mean one of two things. First way I can interpret this is that there could be a tendency for you or your person involved or someone close around you to want to control the outcome. The King of Wands doesn't always like to wait. He kind of wants things to happen quickly and on his terms. And when love doesn't unfold in that neat and straightforward kind of way, it can feel very frustrating. If you are too focused on how things should go, or If you're expecting love to arrive in the form that you've pictured in your mind, you might accidentally miss the surprise that's waiting for you. And the other way I want to interpret this is this card could also point to a feeling of intimidation. Sometimes when someone with strong, passionate King of Wands energy enters your life, it can feel rather overwhelming. Their confidence might make you second guess yourself, or you might worry that you can't match their amazingness or their intensity. And that self-doubt could be the block that is preventing you from fully receiving the connection that comes your way. Picture a kitten, our little fool kitty, staring at the edge of the couch, thinking about leaping onto that table. And you can almost see the wheels turning, and the kitten is thinking, can I make it? What if I miss? Will they laugh at me if I fall? And that is the full energy. That is hesitation before the leap. And on the other hand, imagine a big regal tomcat, which is our King of Wands. And this King of Wands cat struts right in, hops up onto the counter without hesitation, and he demands attention with a flick of his tail. And the kitten might feel even more nervous now to leap, while the tomcat might be a little bit too sure of himself in this situation. When put together now, the Fool and the King of Wands are almost like two sides of the same coin. One is hesitant to leap, and the other wants to charge ahead with total confidence. The block here is about balance. On one hand, you don't want to hold yourself back out of fear, but on the other hand, you also don't want to let pride or ego or the need for control dictate how your love will unfold. The message here is very clear. I think surprises are definitely coming for you. But in order to receive them, you will need to trust the process. You will have to take that leap of faith without overthinking, and at the same time release the urge to script or to control the entire love story. Love, after all, often arrives in the ways that we don't really expect. And actually, that is what makes it such a beautiful surprise. Finally, I have these two oracle cards to give us some advice to be able to fully receive these wonderful surprises that are meant for you. First, we have a change in the wind. And for your other card, there is time to go. Let us start with our change in the wind card. The imagery here is just so whimsical. We see a cute zebra who is carrying a little gazebo on its back. And it's as though it is wandering off while still carefully balancing an entire building on its back. This card is all about transitions and that feeling of being kind of caught in the middle of something that is shifting. It's that sense of the winds changing direction before you even know where they're blowing. In your love life, this could mean that you might not feel entirely settled right now. Perhaps you have been sensing that something in your heart or in your circumstances or even your outlook on relationships is moving. You might not be able to explain it, but there is this tug that says something is about to be different. The advice here is to embrace that sense of change instead of resisting it. Surprises, and especially romantic love surprises rarely come when everything feels predictable. They sweep in with the winds of change, often when you least expect them to. So this card is encouraging you to loosen your grip on how things should be and allow the winds to carry you into this new chapter. And paired with that, we have time to go. And I just love the imagery here. We see a fairy who is walking down this beautiful boardwalk and toward a doorway in the mist that we can't quite see. This is such a beautiful reminder that sometimes the only way forward is to just let go of what no longer serves us. And in terms of love and relationships, this might mean releasing of old attachments, outdated beliefs about yourself or about what love has to look like, or even that lingering energy of past disappointments that could still be haunting your mind or heart. Together, these two cards are a powerful message. They are the universe trying to prepare you to move you into a new season. But you can't fully step into it while you're still clinging on to the old. The zebra reminds us that change might feel a little wobbly or a little bit awkward, like carrying that gazebo on your back, but it is leading you somewhere purposeful. And the little fairy shows us that there is a doorway waiting down the road, and it is leading you somewhere that you're supposed to be, but only if you will take those steps forward toward it. So the cards here are saying to be willing to release, to trust the winds of change, and to walk through the door even if you can't quite see what is on the other side yet. The universe is promising that the surprises waiting for you are worth it. And if we put all of this into another cat analogy, we can think of it like this. It's like when a cat suddenly decides it's done sitting on your lap and the cat wanders off. At first, you're like, hey, wait, where are you going? But not a moment later, you can see they found a sunny little spot by the window, and you realize that the cat knew exactly what they were doing. And that's you right now. You might not know where you're headed, and you trust that the universe is leading you in the right direction toward something warmer and something brighter, just like the cat in its sunny little spot. With that said, those are all the messages I have for you today. It was a short and sweet reading that just kind of came out spontaneously. But please feel free to claim all the messages you would like from this reading. And since this is a general reading, no worries if not every single message was for you. As always, remember that we definitely have that ability to shape our own destinies and our own paths. And please let me know in the comments below if things resonated for you, and please feel free to leave a like and subscribe to this channel. Thank you so much for watching, take care, and I will see you in the next one.